First guest from such blockbusters as Old School and Wedding Crashers, his new film is hilarious called Couples Retreat. Please welcome the always funny Vince Vaughn. Let me tell you some things I like about you. I think that you're so funny, and I think, it's so easy with your eyes to just switch from being funny to being touching and serious. You're just a great actor, and all the way around. I just think that you're so talented. I mean,
I really appreciate it, and sincerely, what a fan I am of you. You're so genuine and so honest and deal with relatable stuff. So I always feel very comfortable because I like your sense of humor. You're kind to people and you like to laugh about stuff. So it's fun to be with you.
Well, good. Well,
let's
thanks.
Pass it out. Come on, people.
That's what I mean. And you're a white guy who can dance. You're like, I don't know what you can't do. Is there something? I mean, you really can do. Is there something you're holding out on?
No, I've taken the few talents I have and I showcase them. I have no hidden talent.
No?
There's nothing. Everything I'm immediately okay at. That is out there. That is there for all to see. So
we're not going to find out you play an instrument that you.
When I was younger, when 10 years old in the fifth grade at the public school, then everyone had to take an instrument for appreciation of these instruments. Somehow I got chosen to play the violin. I don't know why.
Wow.
But that became my road into music. Which, by the way, if you started like playing maybe the piano or something with songs that you actually liked, I think more kids would stick with it. But right off the bat, it's like songs you've never heard of. It's like stuff that you don't really understand. So anyway, I was in the violin section, and how it worked was you would go in to take rehearsals. And so you'd have to fill out how long you practice each day. 30 minutes was recommended, but if you wanted to go longer, knock yourself out. I never found myself in that situation.
No.
But what I would do was I didn't practice, but I didn't want to quit because I didn't want to give up at something. But I was no good at it. I had no talent for it. I was dyslexic. It was all so complicated for me. But I figured I'll go and I'll have the dignity of this woman who's very nice, Mrs. Walden, pulling me aside and saying, Vince, bless your heart. You know how they say, bless your heart.
Yeah.
You tried your best. It's time. There's other things you might be good at. This is not your calling. But I would fill out my rehearsal the day up because I used to look like I didn't rehearse. I couldn't play a note. For some reason, Mrs. Baldwin never told me to leave. Now all of a sudden we become a full orchestra where you're in your sections. And so I would sit there, and there's two sections, and as the cheers go, so does your talent. I was in the last chair of the last section, so she knew I was not a prodigy. But I would sit there nervous and sweating, following the bows, never touching the strings, and I was scared to hit a bad note. So I would watch the other bows and go, no, I'm up, no, I'm down, and then it would be like a 10-second spot that I knew, and I kind of wrapped that up, and I good, and then it was over with. And then it ended, and it's safe to say I did not bring up after that.
No.
But she never said, hey, look, I know you can't play anything, but I think you should stay and have this experience. It was the most bizarre, humiliating thing I've ever gone through in my life.
But you stay back there and actually just follow the
like, she's going to tell me to go home. I'm not talented, which is what but she never said it. I think maybe she thought, God, this guy's so not capable, but he won't go away. I don't want to tell the poor kid to go home. Yeah, I would sit there, I'd watch what they did, I'd move it like this, but I never actually touched string to string. That was an uncomfortable
because
time.
when you're not making the right note, there's nothing that sounds worse than hitting the wrong note on a violin. There's no way to.
There's nothing worse. I mean, the practicing of like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sound like cats coming home to roost. It was none of it was good.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't realize this. I found this out this morning when I was, we were talking about you. That's what we do before you get here. We all talk about you. That you're engaged. Yes. Congratulations. I didn't.
I'm really happy. I met her through a good friend of mine, and she makes me laugh, and she's wonderful. I'm just
Oh, good. And when will you get married?
Well, Well, the engagement, like we talked about, it wasn't one of those things. Have you seen these things where these people ask people to marry them in really public ways, and then the people say no? You think they'd have a little talk before they went to that extreme. As long as I get some games on the floor, and it's like then you start to wonder, did they go to such a big public display to corner the other person so they couldn't say no? Like they were forcing them into it instead of like a thing. So I knew we had talked about it, and I knew we were both kind of in agreement with it. And then I sort of was like, then it became about when do you ask? So Valentine's Day rolled around. I figured this is not a shift to be missed because I will not forget this day. So Valentine's Day was the day that I asked her, which worked out great because it was been kind of weird to have talked about it and then skip Valentine's Day as if who knows when this one's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And how long? So how long have you actually been dating?
We've been dating for about a year and a half.
And do you? Because I know you're very kind of quiet. You don't really go out a lot and everything. Do you watch a lot of TV together? Do you?
In every relationship, at some point, you end up watching a couple shows that you like together that are not necessarily great shows.
What do y'all like together? That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I've been kind of busy. My reality career started 10 years ago with the show where the one girl was in the house and then they had 20 guys.
Sure, that's
and they were going to pick who's going to. And when I saw that, I thought, there's no way that this is actually a show. Like, these people don't know each other. They're picking the person to spend their lives with.
Right.
And these people are fanatical. Like, they want to get picked.
Right.
But they don't even know this person.
No, they're in love.
They're in love.
And
then at the end, I love the wrinkle, which is, do you take true love or do you take $1 million in cash on the side? It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one.
That's not the same one.
Yeah, I don't think that's Bachelorette.
I can't keep up with the enticing-ness of these.
So you like these still?
No, I watched that one. I couldn't believe it, and I got over. I said, okay, now this is what they're doing. But I'm waiting for like Pit My Whore or some kind of show to come out. Where it's like My Fair Lady style with the street ladies. I don't know where this stops. I'll be honest. You actually they won't dress me up. I'll be just as much.
We're going to talk about your adventures because you shot the movie in Bora Bora. We talked about the other day when you were here. It's just beautiful, and you swim with sharks, which is unbelievable. We'll be back with Vince Vaughn.
Promised me a better trainer. Wake up from tomorrow. I fell in love. Civilian. So they killed him in a military accident. Here we go. What you did with me? It ends now.
More and more Canadians are thinking about where their produce comes from. We want to feed our families food that's good for us, food that's grown in our part of the country. And of course, want to support our hardworking farmers. And that's why you'll find so much amazing Canadian produce in our stores right now. Because once you've tasted it, you realize there's nothing like fresh food grown close to home. That's fantastic. You guys ready to eat?
Yes. President's Choice. We're switching supermarkets for.
Little rustic nice pizza. Yeah.
Biobest probiotic yogurts. Also worth taking.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Yay.
All right, here's a little poem. There once was a baby named Trish who had a really big birthday wish. A diaper with shape between the legs would be great, plus a puppy, a kitty, and a fish. You know what I mean, Pop Pop?
I have a fur cake.
Oh, and a pony.
If they can tell you, they would. Unlike Pampers Cruisers, Huggies little whippers are shaped between the legs. Now you know. Follow you as a driver. The all-new 2011 Mazda 2. Saturday and Sunday at Rona, it's time to renovate that bathroom you've been promising to do for months. We've got great deals on every single bath, every toilet, every vanity, and every shower in store. Buy any one of these products and save 10%. Any two, save 15%. Any three or more, save 20%. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. Rona, doing it right. We handpicked our oats to create new Quaker bars with zero point 0.3 grams of omega-3 and 5 grams of fiber. It still tastes great.
New Quaker Fiber and Omega-3 bars. Taste you'll feel good about.
Quaker yogurt bars use hand-picked oats and now contain 10% of your daily calcium to help keep your bones strong. Not enough calcium?
Quaker yogurt bars. An easy way to get calcium.
Starting September 13th, Ellen's new season will leave you flat. Video Music Awards with Ellen's exclusive All-Star After Party.
More people will watch than there are people in the world.
Marcel? Yes? Marcel, we have a real problem here. It is not a problem. It is a circle of life. The circle of life is circling our lives right now. Do not move. Do not panic. Yes, if you just hold tight, you play it cool, you don't make a move. What's that? Is that not the panic? Is that not the panic?
It's called Couples Retreat, and the cast is so great. Jason Bateman, who is so hilarious, I adore him.
Such a good actor.
Yeah, so good. And all the people that are the therapists, it's three couples.
Yeah, four
couples.
Four couples, but really kind of three and one guy who's going through like a midlife crisis.
Right. Who go to Bora Bora on this retreat to try to see if they're all supposed to be together, and it's really funny, really really funny. So in this, I was trying to figure it out when you were doing that scene. I thought those look like motorized or someone's yanking it with a. It's not a real shark, but they were real sharks.
Well, in that particular scene, a lot of it's done with computers afterwards. But the shot towards the end of the movie, when it's me and Molly with the full gear on, those are real sharks. And growing up in the Midwest, where it's flat and cold, this was an experience I never dreamed of and never wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were there, they're like, you should really swim with the sharks. So I said, okay. I didn't want. I was like, yeah, I gotta have to swim with the sharks now. And then when we were done filming, I did go back down and sort of swim around, and you got past that initial fear. And it's really beautiful, and it's really an amazing opportunity to get a chance to look at all the fish and
that was amazing. That's at the end of the movie, sort of with the credits. And those stingrays, I swam with stingrays when I was there too. Isn't it the weirdest thing?
It was crazy because I knew
that's you with the shark underneath the thing. There's when you're scuba diving.
The stingrays for me, I knew that one gentleman was stung and killed by a stingray, and then these guys said to me, "We raised these stingrays, they were kids."
Right.
But still, I was like, "Well, what happens if the stingray has a bad day? What if we don't have chemistry?"
Right.
So you cut the stingray, and you're out there with a ton of fish, which is what makes them come around.
Right.
But I don't know. This could go very badly, but I would feed them. You feed them to the side. That's where their things are. And once I got into it, it's just a very humbling thing to be there with these animals and to get a chance to be that close to it. I really wouldn't think it would be something that would be on my bucket list per se, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's beautiful there. And did you bond with the locals?
I did. The language was kind of sing-songy. There was like a yarana.
Yes, I was trying to figure it out too, because they'd say something and I'd go, how do you say that? And it was always different. Ra-na-na, na-na-na.
Yeah. It's like, are kids teasing me, or are they trying to say hello?
Right. Yeah.
But then, whenever you travel, you get so confident when you get a command of a few words that you're eager to throw out. The problem, and my friend Steve Burns says this, is like, then they turn and start going, na 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 na.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Right.
So in their mind, they're like, well, why would you initiate a conversation with me? You know what I mean? It's like you say hello,
right,
and you get it cooking,
right,
and then you got nothing.
Right.
It's like,
it's fun. Every day I would go, na 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 na.
Now you would have right over the water. You jump in the water.
I didn't jump in. I was chicken. I climbed down the ladder, but Portia would jump in, and because it's like 20 feet up. But yeah,
the
you
water's
see
spectacular.
Oh God. and it's crystal clear. When we first got there, we're swimming because these, your huts are right out over the water, and we're swimming. We're like, God, there's no fish here. It's amazing. There's no fish here. And then we're walking by, like the next day, and the next hut over, there was like a 5 foot long barracuda, and they're like, oh yeah, the barracudas, don't get near them. And I'm like, we're in the water, imagining there's no fish in the ocean. That's weird.
It's an ocean with no fish.
Yeah, I know.
And then the barracuda.
There's a barracuda next to us in the next hut.
Did you get in the water after you learned that the barracuda was a neighbor?
I did.
Yes,
I did. Because, and then we swam with the stingrays and everything. And
what was your favorite? Did you do the sharks as well?
I didn't do the shark.
Yeah.
We jet skied out and saw dolphins, a whole school of dolphins that would swim with us when we were jet skiing, which was really fun. They just kind of play with the jet skis and just jump in front of you and back and forth. And I was slowing down. I thought I'd hit them, but then they got bored and went away. They like when you go fast.
Yeah.
And they're, anyway. All right, we're going to play your favorite.